शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं श्रीगुरवे श्रीसत्यसायिनाथ श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं श्रीपरमगुरवे श्रीशिरडिसायिनाथ श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं श्रीपरमेष्टिगुरवे श्रीदत्तात्रेयस्वामि श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste. Branimir, brother, can you hear me okay? People are complaining they can't hear me.
Excellent. I can hear very well.
Okay, so I don't know who to go with now, but for right now, I stay with my volume, whatever it is. Okay, we are beginning to study one of the Shadangas. Anga means limb, the six important aspects or chapters of Devi Mahatmya study, which, as you know, is an amazing self study. This is self study. As I was saying before, never for a split second think that this applies to somebody else and that somebody else is this you know dreadly looking mother who has come to kill some demons and therefore it happened some zillion ago and therefore doesn't apply to me. Every bit of what we are studying applies to ourselves. And that's what I was saying before. This is Brahma Vidya. The Vidya, or that which you, when you know, you shall know everything. Not about something else, everything about yourself. That is what we are studying here as Brahma Vidya. As part of these six limbs of the Devi Mahatyam, or what is also called as Durga Saptashati, or what is also called Chandi Part, etc., etc., based on where you are coming from, there are six angas, and the first one is what we are studying is Devi Kavacham. And last class, we went through the basics of what we call as the chanting principles of Visarga, Bindu, Matra, Pada, Pada, Akshara, Nyuna, Atirikta. All these different mistakes that are made while chanting. This class, we also finish the Viniyoga. As we do the Viniyoga, all of you should actually do the Viniyoga along with me. As I said, everything that we are doing applies to ourselves. So when you actually do the Viniyoga, you are the Nyasa or Anganyasa, Karanyasa, etc. You are doing it on yourself. You are not putting hand on somebody else. Okay, so this is about yourself, and that is what is a Viniyoga. For what purpose am I using this? Is Viniyoga. Okay, the application is what is called Viniyoga. Okay, with that, let's start with the brother. You can share your screen, please. And by the way, if you are unable to follow all these complex three language sharing, you can go to the Google Drive. I shared a link, and in that link you will find Devanagari, you will find Telugu, you will find just English with meanings, and you will also find Kannada script, whatever you are comfortable with. Sri Sai Ishwaraya Namaha Harihi Om Atha Devi Kavacham Om Asya Sri Chandi Kavachasya Brahma Rishihi Anushtup Chandaha Chamunda Devata Anganyasoktamataro Bijam दिग्बन्धदेवतास्तत्त्वं श्रीजगदम्बा प्रीत्यर्थे सप्तशती पाठाङ्गजपे विनियोगः ॐ नमश्चण्डिकायै ॐ मार्कण्डेय उवाच. So this Devi Mahatyam is the preceptor that has elaborated on this or conceived it or seen it, literally has seen it, is Rishi Markandeya. And who he is, I'm not going to go into that because it's not in the scope of the class. You can Google and you will find all about Markandeya. Now, this Markandeya is now saying, what is he saying? He is actually asking Pitamaha, the grandfather, who is the grandfather every time referred to is Brahma, as in Chaturveda Brahma. This Chaturmukha Brahma, from whom all the Vedas have come of, out of him. So this he is asking Pitamaha, O grandfather, Yad Guhyam Paramam Loke Sarva Rakshakaran Nrinam. O grandfather, please elaborate for me what is the most secretive hymn or a chant that has not been told by anyone else, and when which is chanted all the beings are completely protected in this world. Yanna kasya chidakhyatan tanme bruhi pitamaha. Yanna kasya chidakhyatan. Whatever is uttered, which that hymn that is uttered, when it is uttered, nrunam for all the human beings. Nrunam is a being, but mostly referred to as human being whatever the whoever is chanting, this person that is chanting will be completely protected. And which is guhyam means one which is hidden. Guhya is what is hidden. So what is hidden generally is in colloquially we refer to as a secret, but actually speaking guhyam means the one which is hidden. So, one which is hidden has to be brought out. What is it that is hidden and how is it that is brought out? This is what we are going to study in Devi Kavacham. So, Yad Guhyam Om, Yad Guhyam Paraman Loke Sarva Raksha Karan Rinam Yanna Kasya Chit Akhyatam Tanme Bruhi Pitamaha. Brother is going to now lead it, and as Muktidhara is following, all of you on your mute should repeat after brother so that you get used to repeating it. And we will also put the recording in the next week or so so that you can also practice with the recording. So Markandeya said, and brother is going to elaborate. Jai Sai Ram.
Uh, do we chant line by line or pada by pada?
Pada
Oh,
by pada. So we are
pada by pada.
he's
Okay.
going to chant pada by pada so that you get the nuances of pronunciation. For example, in this I'm not going to do this for every slokam, but you should be actually seeing the script and already getting it. So when you see the script, whether it is Telugu or Sanskritam or English, what are you seeing? You see this yad guhyam paraman loke. So even though it is paramam loke, the bindu is not pronounced because la is following it in loke. So it is paramal loke. Wherever la is pronounced, where the bindu is pronounced. Where is the la pronounced? La, paramal loke. Now you can see here also sarvaraksha karam nrunam, even though it is karam, the bindu, because n, the na is following that. It is pronounced where na is pronounced. Where is na pronounced? Tattadaddhana. Therefore, you say sarvarakshakaran nrunam, not karam nrunam, like that. You will see what we refer to as phonetics, right? You can see the phonetics, pronounce the phonetics, and the phonetics in each of the scripts are put in a blue font as a superscript. Pay attention to those. Don't pay so much attention that you get blind. Pay attention enough until you get used to them. Okay, Jai Sairam. Let's go, brother.
ॐ मार्कण्डेय उवाच
ॐ मार्कण्डेय उवाच ॐ मार्कण्डेय उवाच
ॐ यद्गुह्यं परमल्लोके
ॐ यत्गुह्यं परमं लोके ॐ यत्गुह्यं परमं लोके
सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणाम्
सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणाम् सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणाम्
यद्गुह्यं परमल्लोके सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणाम्
यद्गुह्यं परमं लोके सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणाम् यद्गुह्यं परमं लोके सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणाम्
यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातम्
यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातम् यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातम्
तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामह
तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामह तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामह
यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातं तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामह
यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातं तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामह यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातं तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामह
यद्गुह्यं परमल्लोके सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणाम् यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातं तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामह
यद्गुह्यं यत्गुह्यं परमं लोके सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणाम् यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातं तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामह यत्गुह्यं परमं लोके सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणाम् यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातं तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामह
So don't forget the Om in front of it when you are chanting, because this Suktam or Kavacham is starting with Om and actually ends with Om. So this is in the Bijaksharam of Om. So even though we all take Om for granted, where it has to be chanted, it has to be chanted. Om Yad Gukhyam Paramanloke. Now, Brahma started replying, Brahma Uvacha, but you don't say Brahma Uvacha, Brahmovacha. What did Brahma say? Asti Guhyatamam Vipra. Vipra, he is referring to Markandeya as Vipra, which is the one who is a Brahman, realized the Brahman, which is that's why he's called the Brahmin, not necessarily because he's by caste Brahmin, but who realized the Brahman, therefore Brahmin. And he is saying this Devi Kavacham, Devyastu Kavacham is Asti Guhyatamam. It is the most hidden one. And Sarva Bhuta Upakarakam. It is also extremely beneficial to all the beings. Not, he didn't say just to human beings, even though the question was for human beings. Here he is saying Sarva Bhuta Upakarakam. It is beneficial to all the beings. Uh, for because Brahma doesn't have any differentiation between human and non-human because he created the entire universe. Only us we ask what is beneficial to me first, what is beneficial to others. But here he is saying Sarva Bhuta Upakarakam. What is Sarva Bhuta Upakarakam? Beneficial to all this as a Kavacham Devya Astu Kavacham Tat Srunushva Mahamune. He is referred to him as a great sage. Tat Srunushva. Tat plus Srunushva becomes Tat Shrunushva by Sandhi. Tat Shrunushva Mahamune. So he is saying this is the most secretive or the hidden amongst the hidden. Asti guhyatamam vipra sarvabhutopakarakam devyastu kavacham punyam tachrunushva mahamune.
Brahmovacha
Brahmovacha. Brahmovacha.
Asti guhyatamau vipra
Asti guhyatamam vipra. Asti guhyatamam vipra.
sarvabhutopakarakaam
Sarvabhutopakarakaam. Sarvabhutopakarakaam.
Asti guhyatamau vipra sarvabhutopakarakaam
Asti guhyatamam vipra sarvabhutopakarakaam. Asti guhyatamam vipra sarvabhutopakarakaam.
Devyastu kavacham punyam
Devyastu kavacham punyam. Devyastu kavacham punyam.
tachrunushva mahamune
Tachrnushva mahamune. Tachrnushva mahamune.
Devyastu kavacham punyam tachrunushva mahamune
Devyastu kavacham punyam. Tachrnushva mahamune. Devyastu kavacham punyam. Tachrnushva mahamune.
Asti guhyatamau vipra sarvabhutopakarakaam Devyastu kavacham punyam tachrunushva mahamune
Asti guhyatamam vipra sarvabhutopakarakaam. Devyastu kavacham punyam tachrnushva mahamune. Asti guhyatamam vipra sarvabhutopakarakaam. Devyastu kavacham punyam tachrnushva mahamune.
Now here comes the beautiful, this is the what is called the executive summary of how the protection occurs. The next few shlokas, Brahma is elaborating on Navadurgas, the nine Durgas. Now, I'm not going to go into the story behind all these Durgas. You can Google and find out, and you can study those. First, Prathamam Śailaputri iti. Dvitiyam brahmacārini. Trutiyam candraghanta iti. kūshmāNDa iti chaturdhakam. I will complete all the nine, and then we will learn the nine, and then I will elaborate on the inner meaning of all of these after we actually get these names imprinted in our conscience. Prathamam Śailaputri. First is Śailaputri. Second, Dvitiyam is brahmacārini. Trutiyam, third, is candraghanta. Fourth, kūshmāNDa. KūshmāNDa iti chaturdhakam. Panchamam, fifth is skandamata. Shashtam, six is Katyayani. Seven is Kalaratri. Eight is Mahagauri. Nine is Siddhidatri. And these nine are known as, or most famous as, Navadurga Prakirtitah. They are praised or extolled or invoked as Navadurga, the nine Durgas. Uktani etani namani brahmana eva mahatmana. Now, these nine names are thus revealed by the great sage Brahma, by the great one Brahma, the Mahatma. Brahma himself has revealed Uktani. He brought forth, has revealed these names to Markandeya. So let's get these nine names imprinted in our conscience. When somebody wakes up, tell the names of the nine Durgas, you should be able to say, Pradhamam Śailaputri, brahmacārini, candraghanta, kūshmāNDa, skandamata, Katyayani, Kalaratri, Mahagauri, Siddhidatri, like this. Huh? This is the homework. Who are the nine Durgas? You have to say Śailaputri, brahmacārini, candraghanta, kūshmāNDa, skandamata, Katyayani, Kalaratri, Mahagauri, Siddhidatri. Why these names are uttered? What is the meaning of all these names? We will study. This is a study in itself. But let's learn the Slokam first. Yes.
Prathamam Śailaputriti.
प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति
Dvitiyam brahmacārini.
द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी
Prathamam Śailaputriti. Dvitiyam brahmacārini.
प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी
Trutiyam candraghanteti.
तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति
kūshmāNDeti chaturdhakam.
kūshmāNDeti चतुर्थकम् kūshmāNDeti चतुर्थकम्
Tritiyam candraghanteti kūshmāNDeti tachur. Tritiyam candraghanteti kūshmāNDeti chaturdhakam.
तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति kūshmāNDeti चतुर्थकम् तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति kūshmāNDeti चतुर्थकम्
Prathamam Śailaputriti. Dvitiyam brahmacārini. Tritiyam candraghanteti kūshmāNDeti chaturdhakam.
प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति kūshmāNDeti चतुर्थकम् प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति kūshmāNDeti चतुर्थकम्
Panchamam skandamāteti.
पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति
Shashtham Katyayani cha.
षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च
Panchamam skandamāteti षष्ठां कात्यायनीति च
पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठां कात्यायनीति च पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च
सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च
सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च
महागौरीति चाष्टमम्
महागौरीति चाष्टमम् महागौरीति चाष्टमम्
सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम्
सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम् सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम्
पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम्
पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम् पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम्
नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च
नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च
नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः
नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः
नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः
नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः
उक्तान्येतानि नामानि
उक्तान्येतानि नामानि उक्तान्येतानि नामानि
ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना
ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना
उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना
उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना
नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना
नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना
प्रथमं शैलपुत्री. Śailaputri. The literal meaning of Śailaputri means Shaila is the big mountain. Śailaputri means the one who is the daughter of the big mountain, which is the Himavan, daughter of Himavan. Therefore, Śailaputri. Next one is brahmacārini, the one who has observed extreme celibacy. These are literal meanings. Okay, literal meanings referring to somebody else. Again, You have to ask the question, listen carefully, because when you listen carefully to the words, actually you will be able to see the words. And when you see, you will know that it is real for you. As real as it is right now, as real as what my hand is so real, it is as real as that, nothing less. Śailaputri, daughter of the Shaila, which is the mountain Himavan, brahmacārini, the one who has observed celibacy, candraghanta, the one who has the moon on her bell. That is what is candraghanta. kūshmāNDa. kūshmāNDa means the one who contains the essence of the universe within herself. Skandamata, the one who is the mother of Kumar Murugan or Kumar Swami Subramanya, Skandamata. Katyayani, the one who has appeared in the ashram of Katyayana. Kalaratri, the one who is referred to as Kali. Mahagauri is the one who is the Gauri that has done the penance. Uh, Turned Gauram in due to her penances. 9. Siddhidatri, one who grants liberation. These are the 9 Durgas. Now, question is, what is this to do with me? If I am if I am a Christian, if I am a Muslim, if I am a Jew, none of this means anything to me. Does it mean anything to people who are not trained in Hindu mythology about any of this stuff? Nothing. Śailaputri, okay, mountain's daughter. Okay, interesting. All this is mythology, conceptual, referring to some Hindu goddesses or goddess that has some relevance in the. So, why should I study this? Now, if Brahma has given the promise that Sarva Bhuta Upakarakam, it has to be beneficial to everyone independent of their association with a religion or a faith or whatever. How is this useful for somebody who is not associated the faith of Hinduism? These are the questions you have to ask. And these are the questions this body has been engaged in asking. Swami, you have to tell me. You tell that these mantras are beneficial for the whole humanity, that it is your wish that they should chant these mantras. Without knowing the benefit of these mantras, they will not be engaged in it. Now, if I start telling them the story of all this Skandamata, I mean, the Skandamata story itself is a amazing story of how Kumaraswamy has has become the son of the mother Parvati. In itself is an amazing inner meaning story. If you just go read that, you will be like enthralled. My God, how are these kind of beautiful stories brought out in the context of realization of ourselves? First one, Śailaputri. Śailaputri is what is a sila? Sila is a boulder, an inert object that has absolutely no context of Chaitanya associate or conscience. An insentient object is sila. Then which has no sentience by itself is sila. Now within this sila is born. This beautiful thing is present and born. And now I'm going to going to take you into a different stage of understanding the meanings of this. I won't bore you too much with all of this, because the moment people perceive this as some philosophy, they get turned off. They are here to learn some mantras and chant in temples. Why do they care about learning all these things? Your body is the most insentient thing. It has no sentience associated with it. And in this body is present or born this awareness. It is present in this awareness. So Śailaputri also means the awareness that is present in your insentient body. Once this awareness is born, once this awareness, the quest, who am I, is born within yourself, what will you do? You go mad. Literally. You have no other business than trying to figure out who am I awareness that is present within me. How do I connect to it? You go mad. So your mind is constantly focused on this quest for finding that Brahman. So therefore it is wandering, it is constantly moving to find who this Brahman is. Therefore it is brahmacārini. Brahmacārayitum Sīlam Yasya Sa Brahmacārini. The one who has the ability to actually go find who the Brahman is, and by direct experience of that Brahman who is able to guide you to that stage, is Brahmacārini. Then what happens? The 9 steps of realization is what I am going through here. Like Jesus had how many gateways, brother? 12, huh? Huh? How many gateways? Jesus had 12 gateways. What Brahma is giving here is the 9 gateways of self realization as a Navadurga. Each step is a Durga, means a fort. You have to go over these forts one after another. First, know that there is Brahman present within this insentient thing called body, which is the Sila, the boulder. In this boulder is present this awareness. Then your mind is constantly on a quest to find about who this is and moving around. Thus is Brahmacārini. Then this mind gets to listen to this incredible sound of something that is resonating within you, and that is Ghanta, the bell of the sound, which is actually not beaten by anybody but beating by itself. And the mind, the Chandra, is now getting fixed in this bell, which is the sound. This is candraghanta. Chandraha Ghantayam Yasyasa Chandraghanta. I'm not talking just by telling you some imposed meaning or some crazy meaning here. There is a vyutpatti, etymological origin of these words. And when you focus on these incredible look at these words, they reveal their meaning, because now you are in Sravanam, the listening, then the Mananam, the contemplation, and Nidhidhyasanam. How is this real for me? How is this applied to me? Not me as the selfish me which is present in the body. How does this apply to human consciousness? kūshmāNDa, beautiful meaning. Kutsitaha, Ushma, Kūshma. त्रिविधतापयतः संसारः स अंडे मांसपेश्याम उदररूपायाम यस्यासा kūshmāNDa. Anda means egg. Kūshma, within this egg shape, what is called as, is present 3 types of tapatraya, they call. Or tapatraya means 3 types of tapa means stress, tapa means yearning, tapa means burning, tapa means quest. And these three, all the three are hidden within you, like in your own in your own, you say butterflies in my tummy when you're stressed out. When you're stressed out, in your gut you will feel 3 types of stresses, anxieties: Ādhidhoutika, Ādhibhoutika, Ādhyatmika. 3 different types of stresses. What is Ādhibhoutika? Physical level, forces that cause stress on you. Ādhibhoutika, natural or subtle level forces that cause stress for you. And then Ādhyatmika, which is the causal or the karmic forces that cause stress on you. So in this quest, what we are calling, what is the second? This is Kandama. Sorry, did I go to? No, yeah. In the once you start listening to the mantra, the sound of the mantra, it takes you to this place where all these anxieties are occurring, and you will overcome all these three different types of anxiety when you actually realize that these anxieties are present within you, not outside. Else is causing you stress. You are causing stress to yourself. Nobody is causing you anger. You are angry with yourself. Nobody is causing jealousy. You are jealous about something within yourself. When you actually realize all these stresses are within you, just like in an egg-shaped form in your own tummy, then the moment you realize that you have broken shell of all these stresses at physical level, at a subtle level, and also at karmic level, kūshmāNDa iti cheturdhakam. Panchamam skandamata. As I said, what is the meaning of the word skanda? Hmm? What is the meaning of the word skanda? Skanda means leapfrog. Skanda means one who leapfrogs. Skanda doesn't mean some Kumaraswamy, etc. See, each of the names of these gods itself is a key to realization. But we simply chant the names, but we do not actually look at the name. Skanda Mata means the origin of leapfrogging. Leapfrogging from what? Once you get over this tapatraya, then you leapfrog from a mundane human level into Brahman consciousness. That is Skanda Mata. And what does it mean, leapfrog? When you leapfrog from this complete identification with the body and the mind, this is the reason why Skanda is the one who gave wisdom. He is a Jnana veil. His veil is Jnana, the wisdom. What is this wisdom? The wisdom is sublimation from lower level consciousness to the highest level of consciousness, leapfrogging all of these things. Skanda Mata. Then what do you realize? Katyayani. Who remembers I explained what Katyayani was before when we were studying Devi Mahatyam. Who remembers Katyayani? What I mentioned as the meaning of Katyayani? Chandrasekhar, yes? The
No,
first one.
she came out of Parvati when Parvati came to take a bath, and
No. That story is different. That is Kali and who remembers who Katyayani is? How many times we have chanted the word Katyayani?
सर कति ऋषि की ऋषि आश्रमలో శక్తి
इंग्लिश में बोलो, in हिंदी में.
ఇంగ్లీష్ లో రాదు సార్.
చెప్పండి.
కొంచెమే జ్ఞాపకం ఉంది. కతి ఋషి మాముని ఋషి ఆశ్రమంలో దేవిమా చిన్న పిల్లగా అతనితో పాటు అతను.
Okay, she's saying that she appeared as a small girl in the ashram of this the rishi Katyayana. Therefore, she is called Katyayani. Okay, who else? I actually explained what this is during Devi Mahatyam classes. I'm hoping anyone remembers what was shared. The divine effulgence that emanated. What chapter is that? The divine effulgence emanating from all the gods. What chapter is that? Devi Mahatyam. Come on, people who have been chanting Devi Mahatyam forever.
Fourth chapter.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2 is the correct answer. In chapter 2, from Shiva and Vishnu first came out this effulgence after they heard about Mahishasura. Then all the effulgence. See, Sairam, this is what I am saying, brothers and sisters. Simply don't chant all the time. When you are realizing this in your own self, this is what is called nididhyasa, sravanam, mananam. If once it is imprinted in your conscience, the experience you get is as real. So Katyayani is when all the effulgences came together and they took the form of this female, and that female form manifested in the ashram of Katyayana as a young, effulgent, beautiful female form, and that is Katyayani. Hello. Yeah. Now, how is this applying to us? This is the question. No. How does this apply to me? When you begin to see the universal in the particular and the particular in the universal, that the spark of divinity that is present in every being is the same as yourself, and all those beautiful effulgences come together, then in your own conscience will appear this beautiful oneness, and that oneness is what we are calling as, after you realize Skandamata, then you actually see the effulgence, the one effulgence that is present within the universe. Then you have attained all the siddhis. Everything, it is completely within you, and that is a siddhi dhatri. Siddhi dhatri. Uh, all the 9 steps described. Now, when you are chanting this shlokam, what you are connected to? Hey, there is this awareness within me, like in a boulder, that is Śailaputri. And that awareness, once I begin to connect to this awareness, I become crazy trying to look for this awareness everywhere, and therefore brahmacārini. Then I begin to connect to this sound within me, resonating within me and in the entire universe, and my moon is connected to this sound of this bell called anahata, which is beating without anybody beating, and therefore that is chandraghanta. Once I connect to this beautiful sound, then that sound takes to me, within me present all these different types of stresses, the tapatraya, which are hidden within me, kūshmāNDa. And now once I break through these stresses, then I realize that is more to me than this simple thing called body and the mind, and therefore I become like a skanda. I leapfrogged from this insentient awareness to the sentient presence of the being, and that is the effulgence that is present all around me and within me, and that is Katyayani. Then Kalaratri. Once I realize that I am beyond time, I am beyond space, and that is Kalaratri. Then who am I? Mahagauri. Mahagauri means due to this penance and realization, I turn golden in complexion because of this incredible penance, and that is Mahagauri. Once I have become golden, I am the Hiranyagarbha. I am the gold myself. I am not the ornament. I am the gold, and the gold is present in everything. And this is Siddhidatri, and these are the Navadurgas. And now, whoever has realized that, doesn't matter whether it is a beast or a being, whatever, Sarva Bhuta Upakarakam. Now, this realization steps of the 9 is the Navadurgas. Huh? Chant now this Pradhamam Śailaputri Tidvitiyam Brahmacārini. Not simply chant. Go back and listen to each word. Look at the each word. So Sravanam is listening. Mananam is seeing. And then once you listen and you see what happens, it becomes real. What you see cannot be denied. And therefore, this is Nididhyasanam. And this is what is called study. Brahma Vidya. This is not taught to anybody, because the people who are chanting themselves have not gone to this incredible, intense penance. Only a few people that you actually see has taken this. And then, of course, this body has not done any of that stuff. For this body, it is completely the grace of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, nothing else. Everything attributed to him. प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्धकं पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमं नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि Brahmanaiva Mahatmana. Hey, now you see, after going through this process, the 9 steps, then of course not doesn't have to be steps. You can leapfrog from one to another with simple grace or the complete mercy of the divine or your guru. But there are steps. Don't miss the steps. If you miss the step, what happens is, when you are not grounded in one step, you just escape and the mind catches you. And when that person who is Siddhidatri, with everything that is under the control of this incredible consciousness, or becomes this consciousness, Agnina Dahyamanastu Shatru Madhye Gatorane Vishame Durgame Chaiva Bhayarta Sharanangata Nateshan Jayate Kinchit Ashubham Rana Sankate आप नापदंतस्य पश्यामि शोक दुःख भयन नहीं यैस्तु भक्त्या. Now all this what they are saying is, what is being elaborated is, hey, once you have Siddhidatri stage, hey, fire cannot burn you, enemies cannot do anything to them, vishame durgame chaiva bhayarta sharanangataah. All these things, what they're saying is, if you are in this mode of, oh, I surrender to these 9, or I have become the 9, both are one and the same. Hello, you have only 2 options. One is called Markata Kishoranyayam, other is called Marjala Kishoranyayam. Markata Kishoram means the stage of a little monkey. Marjala Kishoram is the stage of a little kitten. What happens with a monkey and a kitten? When the mother gives birth to this monkey, the baby monkey has to hold on to the mother's tummy. And when it holds on to the tummy, this mother monkey will be jumping from one tree, another branch to another branch, etc. It is going all over the place, but it is the responsibility of the baby to hold on to this mother monkey. Mother monkey is not holding because she is catching the branches. The baby monkey is holding the mother's tummy. That is called surrender. Oh, but when you catch hold of this monkey, don't tell this mom, please don't jump from, I am scared or whatever. No, I am not scared because I am getting hold of you. This is surrender. Then there is a kitten's stage. When the little kitten are there, what will the kitten do? They don't go from one place to another place. The mother cat will come, hold them with her teeth, and she will carry them one place to another place. My God, she'll change them so many places after they are born. Huh? She will just, so the little kitten have no control. It's the mother cat that is taking care of. This is called Marjala Kishoranyayam. What I am talking about, self-realization, is Marjala Kishoranyayam. Consciousness gets hold of you, or you hold on to consciousness. Actually, there is no you. There is only conscious. That's the second step. We won't go into that level of Vedanta right now because it's not a Vedanta class. But embedded in all these mantras are these gems of wisdom. Instead of seeking those, we are sitting at the beach trying to catch the shells, chanting and chanting and chanting day in and day out, but never going deep into the ocean with the devotion and then getting these gems hidden in the ocean. That is the quest that we have to be on. Okay, 4 more minutes. I think we should probably take the Agnina Dahyamanastu Shatru Madhye Gatorane Vishame Durgame Chaiva Bhayarta Sharanangata. Now, this is about surrender in this slokam that is talked about. Those who are frightened, who have been surrounded by enemies in a battlefield, Vishame Durgame Chaiva, or being in a place that is impassable. Durga. Bhayarta, completely frightened. Bhaya, Artah, Sharanangatah. Those that surrender to this, what we call as Navadurgas, then they will be what? Nateshanjayate kinchidashubham ranasankate. So let's pause with these two shlokas. Nateshanjayate kinchidashubham ranasankate napadantasya pashyami shoka dukkha bhayam nahi. And those they will not face any calamity, they will have no fear, no grief, no sorrow, or even evil. These are the two that will either surrender to Navadurga or connect to Navadurga. That is what is being said. 2 more minutes. Do you want to do these two shlokas, brother, or shall we pause here? Come back next week.
Muktidhara, can you do you have time?
We can do.
Two more shlokas, okay. Yes. Om Agnina Dahyamanastu
Agnina Dahyamanastu. Agnina Dahyamanastu.
Shatru Madhye Gatorane
Shatru Madhye Gatorane. Shatru Madhye Gatorane.
Agnina Dahyamanastu Shatru Madhye Gatorane
Agnina Dahyamanastu Shatru Madhye Gatorane. Agnina Dahyamanastu Shatru Madhye Gatorane.
Vishame Durgame Chaiva
Vishame Durgame Chaiva. Vishame Durgame Chaiva.
Bhayarta Sharanangataha
Bhayarta Sharanangataha. Bhayarta Sharanangataha.
Vishame Durgame Chaiva Bhayarta Sharanangataha
Vishame Durgame Chaiva Bhayarta Sharanangataha. Vishame Durgame Chaiva Bhayarta Sharanangataha.
Agnina Dahyamanastu Shatru Madhye Gatorane Vishame Durgame Chaiva Bhayarta Sharanangataha
Agnina Dahyamanastu Shatru Madhye Gatorane. Vishame Durgame Chaiva Bhayarta Sharanangataha. अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतोरणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः
न तेषां जायते किञ्चित्
न तेषां जायते किञ्चित् न तेषां जायते किञ्चित्
अशुभं रणसङ्कटे
अशुभं रणसङ्कटे अशुभं रणसङ्कटे
न तेषां जायते किञ्चिदशुभं रणसङ्कटे
न तेषां जायते किञ्चिदशुभं रणसङ्कटे न तेषां जायते किञ्चिदशुभं रणसङ्कटे
नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि
नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि
शोकदुःखभयं न हि
शोकदुःखभयं न हि शोकदुःखभयं न हि
नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं न हि
नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं न हि नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं न हि
न तेषां जायते किञ्चिदशुभं रणसङ्कटे नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं न हि
न तेषां जायते किञ्चिदशुभं रणसङ्कटे नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं न हि न तेषां जायते किञ्चिदशुभं रणसङ्कटे नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं न हि
ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ओं तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु. Okay, Sairam, I'll stay back for a few minutes here to take any questions. I'll check if you are uncomfortable in asking, you can post it directly to me in the chat box, and then I'll put it in gallery view. If you are asking a question, kindly open your video so I know who is asking. Is the pronunciation nahi? Okay, so Sudhakar, what's the question, ma?
The last Nahi and the second line for the
Yes.
seventh sloka, is it Nahi? Is there any stress on the he or it is he? Nahi is no, right?
Shoka dukkha
Bhayan
bhayan
Nahi.
nahi.
Nahi?
Bhayan nahi. Yes, what is
Nahi.
the question? Yeah, nahi.
I don't know if you are, is it because you used to be very particular about the he and he. So I was just wondering if there is a difference in this case.
Okay, so no, okay. Is that dirgham or hrasvam is
Dirgham,
the
yeah.
yeah. It is not dirgham, it is
Okay.
hrasvam. Shoka dukkha bhayan nahi, nahi,
Nahi.
right? Yeah,
Okay.
nahi. There is no nahi. There is no dirgham there because at the end of the line when they are chanting, sometimes what happens is it comes out as such, but otherwise it is not there.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, Sri Vidya, please go on, ma. Yes. Sri Vidya, you raised your hand. You have a question? Okay.
Oh, sorry, no.
Okay. Nice to see your hand. You can, yes, go ahead. Shyam,
Sorry.
Uncle, can you hear me?
yes. Oh,
Uncle,
this is different Sri Vidya. Okay, 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 okay. Sri Vidya, go ahead. Sri
Uncle,
Vidya Krishnan. Yes.
there are two versions of the English lyrics on the Google Drive, Uncle. Are they one and the same?
One is just English with meanings, and the other has both the English and the Telugu in it. So you will see English along with Telugu and Devanagari. So,
Okay, got it. Thank you.
yeah, that is an easy question. Okay, next one. Sham Sundar.
Uh, Uncle, the you're saying there's a two, the being the baby monkey and being the baby cat. But the baby cat, I haven't really. Could you please just elaborate a bit more on the baby cat, where that the consciousness grabs you and moves you around? I'm aware of the concept of surrender, but the other one is I'm not quite sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so the first one is surrender, as in what a devotee does. He just holds on no matter what happens to the feet of the Lord. That is what is called as the context of Markata Kishora Nyayam. The second one is Marjala Kishora Nyayam. This little kitten, they are so lazy. They don't move anywhere. They are jnanis. They just sit and they don't do anything. And therefore, what happens is somebody has, they will wait until somebody comes and picks them up. The mother comes, they won't even move. Huh? Little kitten won't even move. They'll just stay where they are. It's the responsibility of the mother to come, and until then, they won't move. Okay, you understand? That's the second thing called as a jnani. Which one is your preference? Only your mind knows. Which path is easy, only you understand the difference. Know that a cat is like a jnani because it won't let you touch him or her. Only when he or she wills you can touch a cat. But with a dog it's the other way around. huh? Because why? The cat is thinking, this man, he is my devotee, he'll come and take care of me. But a dog is not like that. Dog will say, "Oh, this man, he's my God. I have to go greet him. I have to go jump on him, lick him. I have to do all of because he's my God. He's taking care of me." So God, the dog is a bhakta. The cat is a jnani. Similarly, the monkey is also a bhakta. It will hold on to the mother, the little baby monkey. Understand the difference? Okay. Yes, Chandrasekhar.
Shekharji, when you asked us to look at the word, right? So you expanded those words beautifully for all those Navadurgas. Can you share that in the Google Drive in order to study that further?
Oh yes, when I send the meanings, I will put those in the email. Okay, by the way, if you guys are not getting the Veda study emails, please check your some people are saying I'm not getting the email, so most likely the emails are going into spam folder. You have to add the Veda study at googlegroups.com to your contacts, and then if you are not getting my emails, please make sure your settings on the Google are correct, and I will send. The best thing to do, Sairama, is to go back and listen to it. Sravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Sravanam. First, listen intently, then you will be able to see it. Yes. I'm not putting you through any kind of what you call as torture, no? Huh? Otherwise, this class has no meaning to it. This is real study. This is a lifetime study. Nobody gives this kind of depth. It's like ariti pandu olichi noti దగ్గర when you're like getting the banana peeled put at your mouth. You have to now chew and you have to eat and you have to assimilate it. That nobody can do. Only you have to do. Yes. Next question. Mahagauri and um, um, okay. Somebody asked, what is the. I would like to know the meaning of some slokas. I am praying every day, Sairam. No, no, no. Just stay focused on the class, and I'm not going to explain any other slokas. Just stay focused on the class. Okay. This group guide me how to. Okay. Okay, ma. Please. If you have not registered to the Google groups, you can I will put what is the, just send me an email, sbodupalli@gmail.com. I will add you to the group. Okay. Any other relevant questions to the class? Okay.
Swati?
Yeah, Swati Iyer. Yes.
So, Sairam, you were mentioning, I mean, you gave this beautiful explanation of all the Navadurgas, right? And in the fourth one for kūshmāNDa, you explained of the Tapatraya. So I am kind of linking this, the sixth and the seventh, to that level of kūshmāNDa. Am I correct?
Okay. So that kūshmāNDa is the stage where you begin to see the stresses within you. Until then, you are the stress. you, you understand? When you understand the difference between what I'm saying, you begin to see the stress yourself is different. That now what you're linking, what you're asking, the kūshmāNDa, and you're linking the seven Kalaratri. Which one? I'm sorry. Can you ask the question again, Emma?
The kūshmāNDa level,
Yeah.
associated with the sixth and the seventh shlokas of this stotram.
Sixth and seventh shlokas of the
Then
oh. Okay. Agnina dahyamanastu shatrumadhya. Okay. Yeah. You're saying, yeah, that you can, yes, when you are completely stressed out, you are in Agnina dahyamanastu. You are burnt in the stress. And then all these, what we're talking about, Shatru Madhye Gatorane, you're constantly battling and with these enemies within. Then Vishame Durgame Chaiva. Now Vishaya. You understand the difference between Vishaya? That which is poison is called Vishaya. Enna Vishayam. You asked the question. Enna Vishayam. What is Enna Vishayam mean? Tell me what is the most poisonous thing. Now you won't ask that question to anybody anymore. Vishaya means that which is poisonous. What does it mean which is harmful? Anything that is perceived by the context of the sense that takes your mind away from your own presence is Vishaya. Shatru madhye gatorane vishame durgam echa iva bhayartaha sharanangata. Whoever is now taking refuge, surrender, sharanangataha, in these Navadurgas, they will be now. Whether one is related to Agni, kūshmāNDa is related to Agni, another is related to, I don't know. I mean, you can, but these nine Durgas, at what we are talking about, is a process of become. Durga means. I explained the meaning of what Durga is before. Who remembers?
Fort.
Removes
Oh,
all the clutter in the space.
yeah. Somebody remembers.
That which
Yes.
does not allow anything, anything other than that which is not needed in that space.
That is even more closer. Dukkena gatum shakkate iti durgaha. The one which protects you from anything fall into that presence or the space which belongs to you. That is Durga. So Navadurga means you are now in a fort of nine. My God, can you imagine? One fort itself is enough. No, now what you are when we are talking about this fort of nine. What is this fort of nine? The first fort is the body. The second fort is about how your mind wanders around. Huh? So these are the nine forts that we are talking about. And these 9 forts are complete protection of the self from anything related to any kind of misery that will be impossible to enter into that space. An evil thought has to pass these 9 forts to come into you. Something that this is the reason why this is guhyam. Guhyam, this is hidden in 9 forts. This is hidden or surrounded by 9 forts. This is now you understand why Devi Kavacham is such why Brahma said Sarvabhuta Upakarakam. This is Guhyatamam Vipra. This is the utmost hidden. Hidden in what? 9 forts. Surrounded by 9 forts. So when you break through these 9 forts, you come to this place where who breaks through. And don't get, when we're talking this, we're talking in 2 different ways. One is the journey of the individual, and the other is the destiny itself. We're talking about the journey, not the destiny. Okay. At the end of the day, the paradox is the journey and the source and the destiny are one and the same. I won't get into that. It's too complex right now. Okay. So the question was, um, you can relate these to different things, but look at this as 9 forts. Where can I find the meaning of the Sanskrit words? Uh, Sairama, Mr. Chinna, you are in a different zone, brother. Don't worry about where to find the meaning of all the words is within you. This body never learned Sanskritam, okay? This body never was exposed to, I can't even read Sanskritam. So don't worry about that. Be present, be grounded. Don't try to let your mind go. I have to learn this shloka, I have to chant this, I have to do this. You have to be present. First and foremost, be present. Yes. Um, yes, somebody asked, okay, I skipped over the context of two, right? Kalaratri and Mahagauri. Kalaratri is that which is beyond time. Kala Ratri. Ratri, what does the word Ratri mean? This is in itself a beautiful word. Uh, we will go into the depth of this when we learn Ratri Suktam. Ratri. Ratri means, what do we interpret colloquially what Ratri means? Hello?
Night.
Night.
Night. Night.
Absence of
Huh?
night. Absence of sunlight.
Absence of sunlight. But is sunlight really absent? Physically, yes, but sunlight is never absent. So, what is the inner meaning of the word Ratri?
Darkness.
Yeah, the time when the senses are withdrawn.
End of the day. Ignorance. Ignorance.
Somebody has listened to the classes very carefully. So, Chandrasekhar, kudos to you. You are now, I have to ask you to refrain from answering because he has completely listened to it with total attention. I described it when we talked about
Shivaratri.
Moharatri, Kalaratri, all those Ratris. So this Ratri is the time when the senses are completely subdued. When the senses are completely subdued, then you begin to rest, because otherwise the senses are driving you crazy, taking you to the outside world. When you are awake, when you are asleep, the senses are withdrawn. And when the senses are withdrawn, you find the most peacefulness at that time, and therefore you are able to rest. Now, this is a different meaning. So, when you are awake, but when the senses are withdrawn and not driving you crazy, you still get that beautiful peace within you. So, Ratri is not darkness. Ratri means that time in which all the senses are withdrawn and you are in rest and you are in peace and you are in this presence where the senses are not drawing you out. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita said, Jnani is awake when all the other people are asleep. By that meaning doesn't mean that Jnani is a Gurkha, you know. So, what we are talking about, Kalaratri means even when the time rests, what happens? That is Kalaratri. Now, what is a Mahagauri? Gauri means, the literal meaning of the word Gauri means combination of white and yellow that results in beautiful golden complexion. Mahagauri means this incredible effulgence, the golden complexion. Mahagauri iti chashtamam. This Mahagauri is the one when during her penance, complete penance, this is now mythological story related to Parvati, she is referred to as Mahagauri. Now, in the context of how it applies to us is, even when even if not even when everything within you has rested, including the movement of time within you, Kalaratri, hello, just just listen to what is being said and look at it. When you don't move, the time stops. Otherwise, you are moving with time. Then time starts moving with you. Kalaratri. Then Mahagauri. Then you become this incredible golden complexion. Therefore, Bhagavan refers to you as Bangaru. You became the gold, not the ornament anymore. You understand this? You are no longer the ornament. You are the gold itself, the substratum. You are the subject. You are no longer the object. When you are no longer the object, but you become the subject, then all the things are within you, or you are in everything. And therefore, what happens? You are completely realized. Siddhidatri. Branimire, how many times you have chanted Kavacham now?
A lot of time.
A lot. Okay, any other burning questions? Yes, Sairam. Let's go to Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam. Thank you very much, all of you. Tomorrow we'll meet again, sharp 7. But please join at least 5 minutes before the class and be present. And do practice the chanting, but chanting now is a different perspective of chanting. It's not that all the mythology associated with Śailaputri, brahmacārini, candraghanta, kūshmāNDa, Skandamata, Katyayani, Kalaratri, Mahagauri, Siddhidatri, all the mythological stories are irrelevant or they don't mean anything. When you look from this perspective of what we call as self vidya, Brahma vidya, there is nothing that is untrue. Everything, God is dual is correct, God is non-dual is correct, God is multifarious is correct. Everything is correct. And you will get answer yes and no for both. Depending upon the perspective. Now your perspective, your scope of thinking. Now this meaning that I have explained is absolutely applicable to Sarva Bhuta Upakarakam, is helpful to every single being, whether they're Christian or Hindu or Muslim or any faith. But the other perspective, Śailaputri means Parvati, brahmacārini means she did the penance, candraghanta means she has a moon on her bell, Katyayani means one who appeared in the ashrama of Katyayana, Kalaratri means Bhadrakali, Mahagauri is the one who did the penance for Shiva, Siddhidatri means one who gives you all the boons, is only applicable to Hindus. then how is it useful for Sarva Bhuta Upakarakam? That is the study that we are on quest for. Sai Ram. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेण मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शांति शांति शांति। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा